Giants star Dexter Lawrence has demanded a trade, and rumors are swirling that the Packers have already reached out about acquiring him. Green Bay is also being considered a potential landing spot for this future Hall of Famer, with signs pointing to Lawrence seeking a change of scenery. And then there's Kirk Cousins. He decided against signing with the Packers and is heading to Las Vegas instead. I've got the latest on what Green Bay is planning for their backup quarterback position. The Green Bay Packers may not have a first-round pick as we approach the NFL draft, but the team is still exploring other ways to improve their roster. Before we dive into that, thank you for clicking on this video. The channel has jumped to 674 subscribers in just over a week. It's fantastic to see. Your support has been amazing, and it's getting me even more excited for the upcoming season. I'm looking forward to growing this channel with all of you. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications every time a new video is up. Also, feel free to drop a comment about what you think of today's video, or anything Packers related. Now, let's get into it. The New York Giants All-Pro defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence has officially demanded a trade. Within minutes, reports confirmed that the Green Bay Packers were among the teams interested in acquiring this massive force on defense. Lawrence's unique combination of size and athleticism makes him a perfect fit for any defensive scheme, and he could fill a critical hole in the middle for Jonathan Gannon and the Packers. Reports suggest that the Packers may need to offer something similar to the Quinnen Williams trade, where the Cowboys gave up a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and a borderline starting defensive tackle for Williams. But here's the kicker. Green Bay doesn't have a first-round pick this year or next. Both were traded to acquire Micah Parsons, but that was a trade worth making for a player like Parsons. But unfortunately, Green Bay doesn't have enough to offer compared to what other teams like the Giants might want. Looking into the Giants' draft needs, defensive tackle was listed as a primary need. Despite having Lawrence, they still have weaknesses in that area. Stopping the run continues to be an issue for New York. The Giants would likely prefer to keep Lawrence and build around him rather than trading him away at this point. Cornerback is another major need for the Giants, but that's not a position where Green Bay excels either. The Packers are looking to add talent at that spot, but there's nobody on their roster that seems to excite the Giants enough to make a trade happen. So while we can dream about Dexter Lawrence, the price and the competition to acquire him may be too much for Green Bay. Now, moving to another possible move, there's still a chance the Packers could make a play for veteran defensive lineman Cam Jordan. Saints legend Cam Jordan is a free agent after spending his entire 15-year career with New Orleans. Despite being 37 years old, Jordan is coming off one of his best seasons with 10.5 sacks and 15 tackles for loss. Reports suggest that the Saints aren't eager to pay Jordan what he's worth. Jordan recently tweeted, "Respect shows, neglect grows. I'm going to keep working towards a better version of me." This seems to suggest that Jordan is ready to move on from New Orleans, and Green Bay could be a perfect landing spot. With the flexibility Green Bay now has in terms of salary cap, they could afford to sign Jordan for around $7 million a year, or even up to $14 million if that's what he wants. At 6'4" and 290 pounds, Jordan would fit well as a defensive end in Green Bay's new 3-4 defensive scheme, and he could still be a disruptive force in pass rush situations. He'd bring a veteran presence to the Packers' defense, something that would be invaluable to a team full of young players. Now, let's talk backup quarterbacks. It has been confirmed that Green Bay was interested in signing Kirk Cousins as a backup, but as you might have guessed, Cousins chose to sign with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he'll likely start at the beginning of the season. This leaves the Packers in a bit of a bind. After Cousins signed with the Raiders, questions arose about Green Bay's backup quarterback plans. There's now talk that Anthony Richardson, the number 4 overall pick in the 2023 draft, might be a good fit for the Packers. Richardson has had his share of injuries and has been benched by the Colts, but the Packers could still offer a lifeline. Richardson has had his share of struggles, including a broken face during warm-ups last season. But as we saw with Matt LaFleur's success in reviving Malik Willis's career, there's hope that Green Bay could work its magic on Richardson. However, signing Richardson would be a risky move for the Packers, especially if they need a reliable backup for Jordan Love. If Richardson isn't the right fit, Green Bay could explore free agency. Russell Wilson, at 38 years old, might still have some gas left in the tank after a somewhat disappointing season with the Giants. Wilson would be a safer backup option, but his future is uncertain after only starting 3 games last season. Another option could be Jimmy Garoppolo, who is 34 years old and has experience playing for both Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. Let me know in the comments what you think the Packers should do. Should they go for a trade or explore free agency? That's all for today's show. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you later this week with more Green Bay Packers news, rumors, and updates.